Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're gonna go into a drugstore style little powder for the face and the under eyes. And we're gonna go into the SHEGLAM Insta-Ready Face and Under Eye Setting Powder. So if you're excited about this as I am, and you want to know what I think about this product in particular and the sponge as well, make sure to continue watching all the way to the end, and also make sure to subscribe to my channel for 5 beautiful videos a week on beauty, lifestyle, and more. So let's get into this little powder review. So I've got 2 powders, 2 different shades that I got. So I have the translucent powder and I have the powder that is in the shade Bisque, if that's how you say it. They are quite big packaging. As you can see it next to my face. It's not that bad, but still, when you look at it, you're like, wow, that's a massive packaging. But you have a 2-in-1, which you have the first one, the under eye setting powder, and under you have the loose setting powder for the face, which is amazing in my opinion. It is so, oh my god. Can you imagine you have 2-in-1, a pressed powder and a loose powder? And it's like super innovative in my opinion because you have 2 different formulas in one. And the price of this powder is $6.50. So just the price alone, like even if it was just one formula, would be amazing. But now that you have 2-in-1 plus a mirror, and the mirror is pretty good. It's a really high quality. Everything is high quality about this packaging. It's like not that cheap. It's not that light. It's kind of like in the middle. So you have so much and the color is so cute. It goes from kind of like a nice, beautiful beige color to a nice peachy color. It is such a beautiful transition. It closes well. There's no gap whatsoever. And the other thing that I love about the packaging when you open under it as well is that now I know I have a lot of powder out, but you can close it. So like I would just turn it around like that, righty-tighty loosey, righty-tighty loosey, lefty-loosey. That's what so you tighten it on the right and it is completely closed. So if this, for example, the top falls, the rest of the powder under there is not going to fall whatsoever. Okay, enough about this packaging. We're going to talk about this beautiful sponge as well. So the SHEGLAM little sponge is $3.50, which is an amazing price. On top of it, it is a little bit different than your beauty blender or your Morphe sponge if you're using them. This one is more packed, as I would say, especially if you leave it dry, because you can definitely use it dry or wet with the powder. Now it's wet. It is velvety finish, so there is a little beautiful velvet on it. It is so soft, so squishy with the water in it. As I said, if there's no water in it, it's gonna be super hard. So you better put some water in it so it's squishier. And I love the flawless design from the yellowish color to the orangey peachy color at the top. It is such a beautiful sponge. It is also really, really massive. Like for my face, as you can see, my face is tiny and you have the sponge and it goes all around. So I think this sponge is a very high quality for the price of the sponge. And it has a different finish than your regular little sponge. The other thing that I love about this sponge is that it can hold itself by itself on your table. So it is flat at the top. So if you're letting it dry, it's not going to roll anywhere. It's not going to fall on the floor. It's going to stay where you put it. So that's another thing that's great about this sponge. And it comes into a little cute recyclable packaging, plasticky. There's not a lot of wasted product. Oh, and the other thing that I have to note about this powder in particular is that this packaging, it is hard to come out. It is stuck in there, so you know it's not going to go anywhere. It is really, really hard to get out. So if you have some nails, you're going to have to cut the packaging open and you're going to see it is tightly placed in there. It will stay there and it's amazing. So before I applied the powders and everything, I decided to put a lot of concealer, a lot of foundations, cream products, so like cream bronzers, cream contour, cream blushes, and then I arrived to the beautiful powder because I really wanted to try it out. I tried it out before and I am trying it out still now. The under eye powder, I really like it. It is really finely milled, especially when you use it with the sponge. I think it's a great tool to use it. When you apply it under the eye, you press it, it is instantly blurring. And the nice thing about the under eye powder as well is that there's some caffeine in there, so it's always good for like puffy eyes, dark circles. So, and it feels super comfortable. It's not really drying under the eyes as I tried it here. I do usually have a lot of like lines under my eyes, but as you can see, it's not doing it that much with that powder. It's like really moisturizing and it keeps the oils out, like it controlling the oils, but there's still a lot of moisture on my face, as I can say. I applied it with both the sponge and a little brush. I do like the sponge, but for some reason, I really love the application with the brush. It is so pretty with a brush. Like, I don't know, like, as you can see, like, this is the side with no powder, and this is the side with the powder. You see how finely milled it is? And it's brightening under the eyes. Like, if I put a little bit here, it is translucent, but as you can see, it brightens up the under eye so much in a very, very blurring way. It doesn't look dry whatsoever. As you can see, look, it's really like blurring. You know the fun thing about this also, you can bring this in your purse. I know it's massive, but you have both. Like if you have to like touch up, if you're really oily during the day and you want your loose powder to like bake again, you can use that since it closes. It's not like these weird things where the other setting powders, it's like open and it just flies out everywhere, you know? So this loose powder, this one is the translucent, very, very nice when you look at it. I used this one and I also used the Bisque one. I'm gonna show you right now. This one, so that's another color. There's 6 total shades in the collection, which is amazing. I wouldn't say that it does give a little bit more coverage to your foundation, definitely when you're using a colored one. So me, the Bisque color really works for me. It's, you know what's funny? It's not too golden. It's kind of like a peachy tone. Whoops. Oh no, it fell everywhere. It's like a peachy tone and it kind of color corrects my acne and everything. And it doesn't darkens my foundation as well. So that's another nice thing about this powder when you're applying it on top. For example, I'm going to show you guys right now. I did put a lot of translucent here and the under eye powder all around the face. But showing you right now what it is, what it looks like. As you can see, like, it's just the same as my color, you know? It's just gonna add a little bit of, you know, coverage on the acne here. And with the peachy tone, it's gonna help with the acne coverage as well. It's a very, like, slight coverage if you're adding it, but still, it's really, really nice to have. And this one, the under eye powder is still, whoops, it's tight. It's still white, you know, so if you're taking the darkest shade or the lightest shade, it's all going to be white and it's going to brighten the under eye. So I don't know what this color would look like on deeper skin tones, but on me, it does brighten up a little bit. And then I let it like sink in and it's going to really mix well with your makeup. It's going to sink in. If you put setting spray, it's going to become super natural but blurred out at the same time. Does it last all day? I would say that, yeah, it does last all day. It does control the oils a little bit throughout the day. I'm more on the drier side, so it's hard for me to say if it's going to really beautifully and wonderfully keep it up like all day long for somebody that is oily. But if you are prepping your skin properly, if you're touching out throughout the day, it's gonna hold all day long and your makeup is gonna look flawless, blurred out, and absolutely beautiful. Because look on my face, it's like so blurred out. I have a lot of pores, right? And this is just what it looks like when I applied the powder. My forehead looks beautiful. And my nose looks beautiful. Everything looks beautiful. You can't go wrong with $6.50. You cannot. It is amazing. And the sponge is a nice addition if you don't have any. If you like velour, velvety sponges, you're gonna like this one. It's very squishy too. Anyways. Also, this powder is smudge proof and long wearing as well. They were doing weird stuff. Like if I do this, I'm like, there's nothing on my hand. It is not going anywhere. I'm like, I just think the whole toilet paper over here, girl. Okay. And I'm pressing, look. There is absolutely nothing. Look here. Absolutely nothing. It is transfer proof, good. It's just amazing. Oh, they were doing something. I just want to show you guys. It's so cool. They were putting water on the powder because it is like oil. It's gonna absorb the oils, but it's gonna repel the water out of your face. So that was the thing that I saw, and I was like, it's so cool. So I have to show you guys. So I'm gonna go get some water and then show you. Okay, I'm back. I went to get some water. I don't want to like ruin I don't want to mess up my whole setup here, so there's some water in there. If ever, I'll just let it dry. Experiment. Do you see that? Oh my god, it's holding on top of it. Do you guys see this? I don't know if you guys see it. It's like holding. Okay, so it was holding on top, but like obviously if you leave it for a while, it's gonna like do something in it, right? But if you're doing it just a little bit and you're like, oh my god, then it's gonna go. That's what it does. It's cute. It goes on top. I left it a bit. It's gonna go in it a bit. I wanted to show you the full what it was doing, so I'm just gonna let it open and then let it dry out like that. But yeah, oh my god, this is so cool. I was so excited when SHEGLAM they wanted to send it to me for me to test it out. So this is an amazing powder. Honestly, this is my 100% honest opinion. If it looked weird in any way, shape, or form, you would see it on my face. It looks absolutely stunning on my skin. For $6.50, you cannot go wrong. It is just a wonderful powder, and you can go get it, I think, at SHEGLAM.com. At SHEGLAM.com on their website, or it's like Shine. It's their makeup brand. Also, I just want to tell you guys, I am not using a filter whatsoever in my videos. Never, as always. I'm just showing you my true skin, and I'm gonna actually close a light so you can see what it looks like in horrible lighting, so you can see what it truly does. So let me just go turn on a light for you guys, and let's see up close what it looks like. All right, so I closed one light. It does such a massive difference. Well, as you can see, I put the powder everywhere. So I put the powder on my forehead. I put the powder here. I put a lot on my nose on the side here though. Like if you put too much, it might be too much. Like I put too much here. But it looks really, really good. Do you see all the imperfections? There's nothing. Absolutely nothing. Super flawless. It reduces the amount of texture that I have on my skin. I do have a lot of acne on my face. Here, of course, like the big bumps, you can't really reduce them, but my pores on my forehead are reduced. The pores like in my T-zone here are reduced. The pores on my nose are reduced. Here on the side, the lines, it doesn't crack on the side, which is always amazing when it doesn't do that. Like, cause you know, foundation is gonna crack on you if you don't set it properly, if you not moisturize properly, but this powder is really good at not cracking on your fine lines. Under my eyes, the under eye powder doesn't crack anything. It doesn't do weird things. It's just a beautiful powder, silky smooth. It creates kind of like a flawless, you know, filter on your skin. Oh, and by the way, like it wasn't that drying. That powder is not that drying because I didn't put any setting spray. After like I would say an hour or two, then it starts to melt really well into the makeup, and then it looks natural, but like flawless natural and super smoothed out. So yeah, that is what it is about this powder, about this sponge. I think it's a great deal of a price, especially that it is only $6.50 for the powder and $3.50 for the sponge. And also tell me down below if you are thinking about trying SHEGLAM. Did you ever try SHEGLAM? Did you bought from them before? I would love to know. And make sure to like the video if you like it, and if you want to see more reviews like these, and to make sure to consider subscribing for 4-5 beautiful videos a week on beauty, lifestyle, and more. So thank you so much guys for watching. I really love you beauties, and I will definitely see you in the next one.